Well, hello everyone. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Walls and Ceilings, and welcome to a very special episode of If Walls Could Talk. I am so honored and excited to have Travis Vapp, the CEO of South Valley Drywall, with me here today. Travis, thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thanks for having me, Jill.
Well, lots of really exciting things going on. And first, I just want to say congratulations. You've just finished a year of presidency with AWCI. What are you the most proud of? What do you feel like you really accomplished this year?
Well, Jill, thanks so much. It was a true honor to be the president of AWCI. I would say our biggest accomplishment is the Emerging Leader Program. Okay. And we graduated our first class at this convention.
Awesome.
And it was 14 individuals. They went through a year program where they did leadership training, skills training, networking, polishing those higher level skills so they can move up in their company. They also did plant tours, on-site tours, etc. We also started our second Emerging Leader class, so that'll now be an 18-month program. Okay. So we went back to the first Emerging Leader class, asked them what they liked, what they didn't like, and they actually helped us develop the next class. So this time, it couldn't be better. It's a mix of contractors, manufacturers, distributors, so it's a really good mix, but it's all focused on those leadership skills.
Well, that's exciting. So it sounds like you extended it from 12 to 18 months?
We did.
And why did you extend it? What did you add on what you found that was missing the first time?
We felt that it was a little too compressed and trying to rush through the activities. Just a touch.
Yeah.
Dan Weiss with Weiss Drywall, he was instrumental in, along with other people, of kind of going through the process, but we just felt that we need to be an 18-month program, then take 6 months off to make sure we can retool if we need to, and then, or recalibrate, I should say, and then start the next class. So we're always looking for new applicants.
Well, that's exciting because we all know it's about our young people that are coming into the industry to help guide them and give them some really good leadership. So congratulations on that. That's awesome to hear. And one other thing I really want to ask you about, there's nothing more important than safety on the job site. And I know that when it comes to South Valley Drywall, you guys have some really specific things that you do in regards to safety. For all the contractors that are listening, and especially somebody who might be younger in their career, what have you learned, and what are the top two things that you would share to anybody that's listening that they should make sure that they're always focusing on when it comes to safety, whether it's their safety meetings or on the job site?
That's such a great question because, we all want our people to go home, right?
For sure.
There's no such thing as a drywall emergency. There's no such thing as, sacrificing our lives for our trade, right?
Yeah.
So what I focus on with our people is we actually do a focus for every employee in our company annually. And we bring them in groups of like 10 or 12, and I come in and talk to them. One of the most important things I talk about is that if you ever feel unsafe, it's unsafe. Right. And what we mean by that is we as humans, we can, through herd mentality, different stuff, or something unknown to ourselves, we can put ourselves in an unsafe situation unknowingly, and we never intended, and we need each other to look out for each other, right? Or say we were up on an 80-foot boom, framing a soffit. One day we had our JHA, and everything was safe, but that next day we're in this situation, our bodies just don't feel right. Well, now we're the hazard. And we have to speak up. And it doesn't matter what our boss says, what our coworker says, what our client says. The reality is we are now the hazard, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like every single day we're not going to be at our best.
Like gut feeling, right?
Correct. And we just need to say, hey, I don't feel safe, so therefore it's unsafe, and I need to remove myself from the situation and put myself somewhere else. And we need to destigmatize any of those activities, because sometimes I think what happens is we focus so much on paperwork and all this planning, which is amazing stuff, but we forget there's a human element of it. And being able to communicate with our people, just the ability to speak up without retribution. I'll tell you, here's a crazy situation, right? And there's a dichotomy in our industry of if somebody does something bad, a lot of people think they should be let go possibly.
Right.
Well, we had an individual, and he made a massive mistake on a job site. He chose, luckily he's alive, but 8 stories up, right?
Oh, man.
He chose to go out without a harness to pull a measurement, right?
Oh my gosh.
Step through a barrier. If he would have fallen 8 stories, right?
Yeah.
Pulled it, went back, went to work. Our GC saw it from the ground. They went up to him. They basically addressed it. He said, yes, I did it. They called us in, and they really want us to let him go. And I said, no. Yeah. I said, here's a good
individual. It's a teaching moment, right? It's a teaching moment.
So instead, we were kind of thinking through what should we do, Jill? And it was actually at our captive, I had heard this situation, so we applied it. And what we did is we brought him into our conference room.
Yeah.
We said, here's the deal. You're a human being. You already said it was horrible. you're going to build us the JHA. We're going to have you teach the crew, but more importantly, you're going to sit here in this conference room and write your last letter to your family. We're not going to read it.
Right.
We're going to put it in your employee file because the reality is if you do this activity, you're not going to return home and we're going to have to give it to your family. So we're going to pay you to sit here and you can be here as long as you want, days, weeks, doesn't matter to me.
Oh my gosh.
But I won't read it and it's going to go in your file because if you keep doing this activity, your family's going to have to read it.
Yeah.
And you talk about the most impactful moment. I mean, this grown man, unbelievable employee, but he made a huge mistake. Yeah. He's crying in our conference room, right? Because he's literally having to think what to write because we're not going to let him go back to the field. And he's a good guy that made a massive mistake, right? And I will tell you from that moment, right? So we got through that. We did additional training. We used that. We destigmatized it. We had him help lead it. And from there, he's an exemplary, high-performing. Now he's a foreman in our company, doing some really good things. And if we would have just taken a harsh action and let him go, which that's what a lot of people wanted to do, he wouldn't have that opportunity. Now he's a great asset to our team, and even more so than he was before. So that was something interesting.
That is a fabulous story, and what a great teaching moment, and what an impactful moment, right? To be able to grow and learn from that. So you know what, Travis, that is a great. Another congratulations to you on your leadership to be able to say, hold on a minute, we can fix this and we can do something better with this than just let them go. So that is awesome. What a great idea to all the contractors listening to almost have everybody do that. If you make a mistake, but it's okay. If you make a mistake, so many people can make mistakes, but gosh, in this industry, when people make mistakes, it can cost them their lives.
It can, and the hard part is I feel that nobody wants to hurt themselves.
No.
There's going to be somebody out there that's a hazard to themselves or their company, and yes, there's going to be sometimes you're going to have to move somebody on, but to me, I think people are just human. People want to do a good job. They want to be respected, and the least we can do is work through issues and help understand where they're at in life, and typically it works out pretty well.
It does. Well, it sounded like it worked out really well in this case, so that's awesome. Well, Travis, if anybody has any information on whether they want to join AWCI or even information on South Valley Drywall, where do they go? What's the website? Where do they go to find out more?
Great question. All right, so AWCI, first thing is contact me.
Okay.
Or any of our executive committee. We're happy to help in any way. But, we have a full staff. You can reach out to Mike Stark, Anne Marie, right? She's head of membership, so she's number one go-to.
Nice.
But any of us are here to help. Number two is awci.org. You get information, which we're redoing our website, so that'll be really exciting.
Okay.
Also, LinkedIn is a great resource. So AWCI is trying to put all their content on LinkedIn, so that way we can connect better with our membership.
Yeah.
But ultimately, just reach out and ask to be part of our association because we really need you and them.
That's awesome. Well, there's no doubt associations are great for everybody, and especially all the resources that they have. It's a great place to join for sure.
No, thanks so much for asking me that.
Yes. Well, Travis, thank you so much for your time. And if anybody has any questions for us, it is wconline.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for all our free content, whether it's our e-news, our website, our videos, our podcasts, all our social media platforms, so you can stay up to date on all the great interviews we're doing, like today with Travis, so you can learn all the great nuggets on for this, in this case, safety. But most importantly, do stay safe and healthy, and we can't wait to talk to you soon. Travis, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.